Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your entrepreneurship tutor, Professor Henry Bwizo of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Yes, recently I was giving a little talk to SACCOs and cooperators and chamas, etc., etc. And my audience requested me to kind of localize this issue of strategic management so that it may reflect on what they do. So I have therefore designed here basic strategic management for chamas. Now, what is strategic management? Basically, these are three questions. One, look at here. You ask, where are we? And then you ask second question, where do we want to go? And then you lay down, okay, ask the question, how do we get there? So the issue of laying down the ways to get where we want to be from where we are is what we are going to call strategic management. Yes, you can see here now. Where are we now? You have just set up your chama. Where are you now? Where do you want this chama to take you? You know, where? Where will we be in the future? And you must mention which future, for example, in a year from now, in 2 years or now, in 3 years. And then once you have done those two questions, then you say, now, how? How do we get there? The how do we get there means the strategies of arriving at that destination. So, that's the word chama. I am employing my entrepreneurship, innovation, creativity, and behavior to put those three questions that we have said, now, future, and how, into this model of chama, the name chama itself. So for the C, I want to say, come we go together. That's what chama means to me. Collect people, tell them, come we go together. The H, but then we're going together. And how do we reach there? Come, we go to there together. How do we reach there? That's the H in my chama. The A, at who can we turn for help? At who can we turn for help? And then, must we do everything at a go? You know, in a chama, you are a number of people, you are heterogeneous, everybody has got his own idea, his own problem. So you ask, must we do everything at a go? And there, the A in the chama, at what shall we look to measure success? We are starting to succeed. We are starting a chama. Come, we go together to reach a destination. But how shall we know that we have arrived? That is the arrival. Indeed, you can even convert A at what shall we look at arrival, but for now, let's leave it at what it is. So, the C, who are we? We're saying, come, let's go together. But who are we? Identify yourselves. Farmers, traders, heterogeneous, whatever. And what is our vision? What is our goal? You must set it down. What is your vision? The H, how? How do we get there? You are going to do something called SWOT analysis, and I will explain later. So at this stage, just look at your S and W in your SWOT. What are the strengths and the weaknesses do we have? The strengths will help us achieve our goal. The weaknesses are our own weakness that might block us from achieving the goal. Then we go to A. At who can we turn for help? Now, what are the O and T in our SWOT? There are opportunities out there. Whom can we turn to support us to reach the destination? But again, out there are obstacles, there are roadblocks. So what are those obstacles? They are called threats. How do we overcome them? When you keep asking these questions, you are now on the right track, and you are asking them at the beginning of your chama. Then the M, must we do everything at a go? Meaning, we must lay down strategies. What are we going to do now? And why? And what are we going to do next? It's all about planning, therefore. So strategic planning is setting out those goals. And finally, at what shall we look to measure success? That means, how shall we be monitoring and evaluating our progress? So for you to know you are successful or not, you must monitor your chama, evaluate your chama at every stage, take corrective measures when you are going astray. So that is now my chama. I'm using the word chama to convert it into the strategic model that is taught at PhD, at masters. But this chama, may not be at that level. So simplifying it so that you understand it. Chama, particularly rural chamas, chamas that at a lower level than PhD than masters. So let's go one by one. Come, we go together. You see, in Africa, there's an African saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. See, these ladies are demonstrating. They want to go far, so they are going together. But when they want to go very fast, you can go alone, but you'll get very tired. It means work in a team. And you see the word team, teamwork, partner, success, together, growth. In any case, there are some people who say teamwork means together everyone achieves more. T, together. E, everyone. A, achieves, and M, more. We have seen it really, even at the World Cup. The players are team. It doesn't matter who scores. Even if it is only one person who scored, indeed it's only one person who scored, but everybody come to hug that scorer. Even the goalkeeper will come from the post to come back because they are teamwork. When one succeeds, everybody succeeded. That is the spirit. And of course, like we said, look, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This African proverb had meaning in matters strategic planning. Only that we're not doing it in the classroom, but our ancestors, our pioneers, forefathers knew it. So you see the team, I said, team, together, everyone achieves more. So chama, you are going in as a team. Everyone will achieve more, even when only one has achieved. And we shall look at that. So what are we meaning? We are saying that when you go into chama, dream, have a vision, look ahead. Where do we want to be? What is our vision? What is our dream? That is the whole concept of chama C. Come, we go together. In other words, don't just collect a group to come to go together, and that is the undoing. I've seen chamas where just people came together haphazardly without scrutinizing, without saying, who are we? Are we all farmers? Are we all traders? What is common? And if it's not in common, then how can we make us common together? So vision. Now, how do we reach there? When we say how do we reach there, it means what strategies shall we put on the ground to lead us there. And this is when this word SWOT comes in. S means strength, the positive things that you have within your chama that can assist us to achieve the goal that we set. But you also have weaknesses. You are human. To err is human. So a weakness is there, but we don't want this weakness to stay with us. How can we eliminate those weaknesses? There are always opportunities out there. You cannot do everything alone. You can tap from outside. But remember, threats are there. Things that you didn't foresee will come in. So that is SWOT analysis. So at this stage, you start by looking at the strengths and weaknesses. That's the first step when you want to set strategies. The strengths, like what do you do very well? Like maybe keeping chicken, keeping sheep, growing crops. Identify what you do very well. What are your unique skills within the group of people that you're coming together with? Is it swimming? Is it cooking? Is it plaiting? What special knowledge do you have? Maybe there are people with cultural history knowledge. What experience do you have? Maybe you have retired teachers who can teach. What do you do better than others? Maybe you sell better than others. These questions must be answered. What do you do well? What are your unique skills? What special knowledge do you have? And so on and so forth. Having done that, you must also analyze your weaknesses. Do not bury your head in the sand like the proverbial ostrich and forget that you are not perfect. So, in what areas do you need to improve? Put that down. What resources do you lack? Put that down. What parts of your farming are not profitable? Analyze that. Members of the chama, where do you need further education and experience? All that. What costs you time and money? These things that disturb you are what we call weaknesses. And please, as you start your chama, put them down. Document them. You have documented the strength, what you are good at. People are committed, that's a strength. People are timely, they come to meetings on time, that's a strength. So, how do we get there? We are doing our SWOT analysis, but we're first of all doing our internal strengths which are with us, weaknesses that are with us. The next, at whom can we look for help? And what should we avoid? Still SWOT, but now you're looking at the opportunities and the threats. The opportunities are those things out there, institutions that we can go and ask help from. But the threats are again out there, things that will disturb our achieving our goals. Those are threats. So opportunities like who out there can we turn to? The banks for money, the government for policy, professionals for training, donors for money, institutions for etc. etc. You must put them down in relation to your chama. What help might we require as a chama? Is it finances? Is it training? Is it resources? Put them down. And then the threats. There are obstacles out there. What obstacles shall we face or do we face? Climate change, farmers for example, they're being disturbed by climate. Taxation, the government taxes over taxes. If we are talking about Kenya, it's about the most taxed country in Africa. Regulations, you have favorable regulations. Competition, a lot of competition. So what have you done? You have done now a full SWOT. You have put down your strengths, you have documented your weaknesses, now you have documented the opportunities and the threats out there. Now it's like we are ready to go. We now want to use this analysis called SWOT to put down our strategies and therefore to answer the question, how do we get there? So, must we do everything at a go? Yes, we are a group, we are many. Must we satisfy everybody? Or is there a thing that when we do, it can cater for everybody else's problems? So, if we take the strength that we put down and we compare with the opportunities that we put down, what we shall get are the strategies that we call max, meaning we can use our strength to the maximum to tap into the opportunities to the maximum. For example, approach institutions for tenders to fight competition. Institutions are here, maybe schools, whatever. Then you are good at keeping chicken. Go to the institutions and ask for tenders. Use your strength that you have right now. We call them the low-hanging fruits. Approach donors to sponsor cultural history. Yes, we have special knowledge in history. We can write a proposal to get a donor because they are there as our strength. They are there here as our strength, donors. And we have this as our strength. These are opportunities. So do that. Borrow from banks to start village salons. Yes, some people are good at salons, plating. What are your unique skills and your donors? So these now you're putting down strategies of how you're going to work. And remember, you are putting them down based on your own strengths and the opportunities that you identify. Anybody who does strategic planning for you, theoretically using outside what is good but not good enough. Still, we're on my tweet to everything at a go. Look at your weaknesses and look at the opportunities, and you will create what we call minimize the weaknesses. We want these weaknesses to correct them so that we can be able to enjoy the opportunities. Like timekeeping, we said we don't know timekeeping. The chairman calls a chama for 9 o'clock meeting and the people come at 10. That is a weakness. But there are professionals there who can teach time management. So you approach them to teach time management or to come and talk to you about time management, and you'll correct that. Otherwise, you won't move on. Approach donors with the project proposal for funding because, the opportunity donors are there. The weakness, you don't have money. Look, you don't have money. So, but in the strength, you have people, maybe good teachers, retired, so make project proposals. Ask help from professionals in viable farming because you're taking maize is not viable. What we don't know what other thing we can farm because profitability is low. Professionals are there as opportunities. So these are now the strategies. Now look at your strengths and threats. Again, if you compare the strengths and the threats, you must use your strength to fight those threats. Like perfect what we do well to avoid threats. If we are very good at chicken keeping, let us perfect it so the threat like competition will not come in. Start corn farming rather than keep on farming using rainwater or the rains. Yes, you can still collect that rainwater and start corn farming. Our mothers and grandmothers and great grandmothers used to have what we call kitchen gardens. and they would grow their vegetables and harvest enough for us to keep going. How about if we expanded this kitchen gardening to another level? That's when we come corn farming, for example, because they will use little water and will harvest more, and so on and so forth. Why are you all going into layers, keeping layers, the competition, the threat, competition too much? Why don't you use your strength of keeping chicken to diversify into a hatchery? So when you make the hatchery, the other who are supposed to be your competitors in the layers will be now your customers. So you have avoided competition. Yes. Finally, look at your weaknesses and the threats. And then you will generate what we call WT or mini strategies. For example, why not approach a competitor to collaborate? For example, you are farmers, the competitors are also farmers. You are all buying fertilizer, but you buy 100 bucks, they buy 100 bucks. But if you came together and went for 200 bucks, you'll get a discount, and that discount will improve, in fact, reduce the cost. So it is not that every competitor is bad. So analyze your weaknesses, analyze your threats. That we are calling a threat, a competitor, could actually be a collaborator. Avoid repeating what competitors are doing. Why do you start something that people are already doing? Why don't you start something that will make people come to buy from you rather than competing them? So at this level, you have now laid down your strategies of what you are going to do from all that you have SWOT. There are many, maybe there are 8, 10 or so. Now it's time to sit back and say, which one can we advance that might need further training? I may not be able to say everything on this video, but when you want it, we are there, we can do it for you. And therefore, at what shall we look to measure success? This is an academic model of monitoring and evaluation. It may be complex. Let's reduce it. First of all, you set a goal, and you must set a goal when you start your chama. We want to do ABCD, we want to achieve this. And then you put in inputs. Maybe you want to farm, and there the inputs are the seeds. You came up with the seeds, and after that, the activities. You perform the activities. These are farming. You said you wanted now to harvest 30 bags of maize from an acre. Then you bought the seeds, and there you are doing the land. And then you harvest, you get your output. And the question is, did all go well? Have we achieved what we set out to do? That is extremely important. And that means that you must do farm record keeping. I may not be able to elaborate everything here, but we can do this farm record keeping for you. So there it is, your simple strategic planning taken from your own title, Chama, answering 3 important questions. Where are we? Where do we want to be? And how do we get there? It is important. When you go in a chama blindly, you will succeed, but you succeed very slowly and very painfully. Yes, that has been your entrepreneurship professor, Henry Buisa, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. We do training and generate your business ideas, start your business, improve your business, expand your business. We can be reached at wihem@gmail.com. You can call me 722-8585 07. So, like it, comment, share, subscribe, and really, thank you for listening. Thank you for being my fan. Yes, ask for more. I'm just a phone call away. Thank you very much. Have a strategic day. Warned you.